Good evening, high school football fans. Welcome to the frenzy, and what a Friday night we had under the Friday night lights. We had rivalry games, we had region matchups, and we also had one of the biggest games in the entire state played right here in Southeast Georgia. Of course, talking about the clash of unbeatens in Waycross. Benedictine on the road to face Ware County. Both teams ranked number 3 in the state in their respective classifications. Our Amy Zimmer made the trip down to Memorial Stadium in Waycross for this one and has the recap. Amy.
It was a showdown in Waycross between two undefeated teams ranked top 5 in the state. The Benedictine Cadets taking on the Ware County Gators here at Memorial Stadium, marking the first ever matchup between the two talented programs. The Cadets and Gators, led by elite junior quarterbacks Benedictine's Holden Gerner, a 3-star recruit, and Ware County's Thomas Castellanos, also a Division I prospect. BC defense stepping up early. Opening drive for Gators. Trouble in the pocket for Castellanos. Cadets Bryce Paschke with the quarterback sack. Less than 2 minutes left in the first quarter now. Castellanos in the air. Connects with Dakari Coachman. That's good for the 19-yard touchdown. Extra point, no good. 6-0 Gators. Benedictine's Justin Thomas on the kick return. And he's off and running. See you later, Thomas. Untouched all the way to the end zone. Benedictine takes a 1-point lead, 7-6 in the first. Gators respond with a little over a minute left in the first quarter. Castellanos with the handoff to running back Brandon Mills. And just when you think he was taken down, Mills still on his feet and takes it to the house for a 26-yard touchdown run. Extra point no good, 12-7 Gators. Castellanos would take one himself for one more before the half to take a 19-7 lead. Gators go on to win 43-21 to remain undefeated, handing Benedictine their first loss on the season. Reporting in Waycross, Amy Zimmer, WJCL 22 News.
All right, thanks so much, Amy. In Liberty County, Statesboro High in town to face the Panthers. Liberty County with the early lead, but back come the Blue Devils. Liberty back to punt with the ball too high. Christian Vecchio eventually going to pick up the loose ball and take it deep into Panther territory. Moments later, Blue Devils going into the end zone. Jalen Michael with the honors. The touchdown pulls Statesboro even. Second quarter now, visitors going to take their first lead of the night. Quarterback Ames Ratcliffe calls his own number. He goes into the end zone on the keeper. Still more from the Devils. Ratcliffe throwing this time. He's going to find Michael for his second touchdown of the game. Statesboro goes on to pick up the 33-13 win over Liberty County. In Jessup, had a border war. Wayne County hosting Appling County. Jackets with the second half lead, but here come the Pirates. Justice Huntley with the tough run deep into Wayne County territory. That's going to lead to the field goal for Appling County. Alex Garcia. He's got the honors for the visitors, and he's true. The Wayne County offense, they're going to come on the field, and they respond first. Khalees Hadley with the nice pickup on the ground for the Yellow Jackets. Home team. They're then going to boot a field goal of their very own. Presley Kane. He's true on the triple. The Appling County defense, though, they're going to buckle down next time on the field. Wayne County going to throw the interception, but Jamori Wright not satisfied with just the pick. He turns it into a pick six, going the other way for the touchdown. Appling County, they rally to win this one, 23-20, the final. And like I mentioned just a couple minutes ago, some big rivalry games played Friday night. Just saw a border war between Wayne County and Appling County. Also had big-time bragging rights on the line at the Palace in the Pines in Springfield. The 27th meeting between county rivals Effingham and South. Our Dave Williams was there, and he's got the highlights.
Well, Frank, these two county rivals have played each other pretty evenly. Tonight's matchup marks the 27th meeting between the two squads, with the Rebels winning 14 of those and 6 of the last 8. However, a victory tonight by the Mustangs would give them something they haven't done since 2009, and that's win back-to-back games against the Rebels. And judging by the crowd, you would hardly know we were in the middle of a worldwide pandemic. Effingham led this one 7-0 late in the first half when it looked like the Mustangs were going to gallop back in it. Larry Scott coming right into your living room and down inside the Rebel 20. but Effingham would have none of that as Miguel Allen wrestles the ball away from the receiver in the end zone for the interception. The Rebels then control the second half. Isaiah Bell takes the jet sweep down inside the 5. That would lead to the short field goal by Wyatt Lean, and Effingham led it 10-0 in the fourth quarter. Any realistic chance South Effingham had to stage a comeback ends on the ensuing kickoff when they fumble it and Effingham recovers. The Rebels will go on and capture the county trophy giving out by the Josh Reddick Foundation as Effingham wins 10-0. In Springfield, Dave Williams, WJCL 22 News.
All right, thanks so much, Dave. How about this rivalry? The Bridge Bowl, Hilton Head High hosting or visiting Bluffton. The Seahawks looking to get something going first. Sam Suma going to fight off the defense. And he's going to receiver down for the first down there. Moments later, Suma going to get himself into some trouble as DJ Aiken going to bring him down in the backfield, picking up the big sack there for Bluffton. Seahawks would decide to go for it on fourth down here, and Jalen Sneed going to make the gamble pay off by securing the first down. Then Sneed, he's going to continue to do what he do. He finds his way into the end zone. One of 3 touchdowns in the game for him. And how about this? The Seahawks would remain ahead the rest of the way. And Hilton Head, they're going back over to the island with the win over Bluffton in this one. 35-12, the final. Savannah Christian celebrating homecoming against Mount DeSales out at Pooler Stadium. 14-3 Raiders in the second quarter. Quarterback Spencer Robichaux going to drop back, and he airs one out for George Futch. How about this grab in the end zone? Nice pass, nice catch. 21-3 Raiders. Mount DeSales looking to get something going, but that Raider defense, as always, tough. Ashton Dorsey and company there to stop the runner in the backfield. Visitors try to go to the air now. No success there either. Futch now doing his thing on defense. He's going to come up with the interception near the goal line. Happy homecoming for Savannah Christian. Raiders go on to win this one 40-11. On the south side, Savannah Country Day hosting Stratford out of Macon. Game tied at 14. Stratford with the ball. Lawson Cole pitches to Ben Jamison for the nice gain. That's going to set up Keandre Glover for the touchdown for the Eagles from Macon. Country Day looking to respond on offense. Quarterback Barry Kleinpeter. He's going to throw for Alex Wynn, but the ball going to be tipped in the air, and still Wynn makes the catch, somehow coming up with the ball there. Next play, Davion Smith has the nice game, but at the end of the run, he's going to fumble, and the visitors there to recover. After Country Day makes a stop, they have the ball back. Kleinpeter going to fake a defender, going to run it to the right, but he's going to end up getting sacked on this play, but Kleinpeter not going to let that stop him. He comes right back, has the nice completion here across the middle to keep the drive alive, and that's going to set up Kleinpeter on the keeper. He's going to take it into the end zone for the touchdown, but Stratford comes to town, and they pick up the 7-point win, 28-21, the final. Folks, we are just getting started here on the Frenzy. Coming up after the break, week 2 of the season for Savannah Chatham County Public Schools, and many more highlights. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the Frenzy. You know, I could sit here and talk, waste a little time, but that's not what we're about. You're watching for the highlights, so let's get right back out to the action. Going to go to New Hampstead, invading Garden City Stadium to battle Groves tonight. The Phoenix defense setting the tone in this one. DeAndre Robertson with the tackle for loss for the visitors. The New Hampstead offense, they come on the field and quickly find the end zone handoff. Going to Samari Dowdy. Avoids being tackled in the backfield, bumps it to the outside, and Dowdy is headed to the house for the touchdown with the point after. It was 7-0 New Hampstead. Later in the first quarter, Phoenix extending their lead. Quarterback Randy Jarrell going to connect with Luis Santiago. Takes the big hit, or delivers the big hit there at the goal line. Either way, that's a touchdown. All New Hampstead in this one. 42-6, the final in that one. Well, not a good night for the Southeast Bullock Yellow Jackets in Brooklet. Yellow Jackets hosting Washington Wilkes. Visitors going to get started on their first possession. Quarterback Dalen Cobb calls his own number, takes it inside the Southeast Bullock 15-yard line. It would only take a few plays to finish the drive off. Monte Grant with the honors, just getting inside the pylon, and it was 7-0 Washington Wilkes. But the Tigers, they didn't stop there on their next possession. Quinshawn Hurst going to cap off the drive with the 3-yard run into what Dave would call the payoff pasture, and Washington Wilkes had a 14-0 lead. Meanwhile, the SEB offense couldn't get anything going early on. Washington Wilkes, they sent a host of defenders for that big stop right there, and that would lead to more for the visitors. Kevius Jackson sneaking it in from 2 yards out. 2-point conversion made it 22-0 Washington Wilkes. Southeast Bullock falling in this one, 43-20, the final. In Hinesville, Richmond Hill visiting Bradwell Institute. Props to Lindsey Ott hooking me up with the highlights. Wildcats doing a lot of damage on the ground. Kenyon Hunter with a nice pickup deep into Bradwell territory. Leads to a touchdown. A couple minutes later, it was Ashad Roberson. He's going to weave his way through the defense for a big pickup. Number one back at it in the second quarter. Robertson with another big game for the Wildcats. He would go for 206 in the game. Richmond Hill big in this one. 42-7 the final. Back out to the low country. Buford paying a visit to May River after being up 18-0 at the half. The Eagles kept soaring. Tyler Haley with the give and rushes for the big gain. A few plays later, Haley going to finish off the scoring drive, getting into the end zone coming up. And the Eagles, they're going to go up 24. May River would not go down without a fight as Jaden Jones, he's going to look like Adrian Peterson as he breaks away from the defense, picking up some big yardage here. Sharks would cap off the scoring drive as senior Eli Hall securing the bag. This one, though, would be all Buford. They roll 37-14, the final over May River. Final stop, Memorial Stadium, Bethesda, hosting Hilton Head Christian. Blazers wasted no time. Antoine McKay jerks off a defender. Then he goes to Ivan Gooding for the huge gain. So huge, it's going to go for 6. How about the quick touchdown from Bethesda? The home team had the defense coming up big in the early goings too, as a group of Blazers come up with the sack here. And I can tell you this, while Bethesda got off to a good start, it was Hilton Head Christian with the nice finish. They rally to pick up the 27-21 win in overtime. Yeah, Hilton Head Christian avoids the upset at the hands of Bethesda. All right, folks, that's going to do it for our late night frenzy, of course. We'll see you back here next Friday night. Good night, everyone.